morning, a very good morning, and welcome to the Voices. Abraham, a very good morning to you.
Good morning.
So many events happened yesterday.
Yes.
First, it was the resignation of the Minister of Science, Technology, and Innovation. Then comes the, handing over of the INEC chairman, as he finally, bows out after 10 years. People said the professor of history also made history. The first INEC chairman to, spend 2 terms of 10 years in office, even though his tenure is marked by, ups and downs. Many still believe that, he did his best, to transform the institution that he met.
Looking at the whole issue that came up recently, we feel, yes, especially with the minister that...
Now, let's even start from the INEC chairman.
Okay.
Let's start from the positive before we go into... Yeah.
Okay, for Mahmoud Yakubu, he's a fine gentleman. And looking at the whole issues surrounding whether he will be sustained till after the 2027, but a lot of issues keep coming up and down. And then I feel he felt, okay, the best thing is, let me just go. Normally, he's supposed to resign by December.
Okay.
Yes,
retire, not resign.
Retire, sorry. So he's supposed to retire on December.
Leaving office, yeah.
Yes, but unfortunately, he felt, okay, with the whole controversy, they've gotten another person who is going to take over from him. The whole stuff was just, and for me, if I'm going to stay in a place or work in a department for 10 years, I feel it's worth bowing out ceremoniously
with dignity,
than you.
And that's what exactly what he did.
So what he did is, for me, I'm so happy and I wish him well, because he has proved that as an academic, which he is coming from, he has shown that, yes, this is what we deserve. We don't need people to keep pushing us right and center. So what he did, for me, it's just a wonderful thing he has done.
And it was also a rousy exit. We saw all the commissioners, escorting him to the car, and everybody was waving to him and cheering him up. And so it
was really an emotional
period,
because you could see even the person who is handing over to, she was like, is it real? Is it real that my boss is leaving? You could see most of the staff were not really comfortable with the situation, but he has just taken a bow and he has done it in a good faith. Because for me, it's better you leave the stage when the
ovation is still loud.
So he has made history. He has brought a lot of innovation into the INEC. So let history judge what he has done so far. So for me, I'm very happy for him. He has bowed out carefully and in a very decent way. We've not had any issue about him. It's just that, okay, the controversy about how the election went and all that. But, with the beavers that he just brought in, he was the one who introduced it. So you don't expect anything, you don't expect that, okay, everything should be right at the first instance.
Yes.
But he has really kept a very good, looking at all the elections that happened after the 2007 election, 2003 election. You could see a lot of changes. You could see a lot of improvement, though we will never have a perfect election.
100%.
It will never happen.
Why?
Because looking at the scenario in Africa and
our
Nigeria,
own attitude.
So you don't expect that. There are some people that will like, okay, for me to get this, I will go everywhere. I will do everything. So he's just a one person that is controlling 36 states.
A one-man soldier.
One-man soldier. So it's going to be a lot of difficulty. But for me, I'm seriously happy, and I'm happy for him that he has brought a lot of innovation into the system, and he's bowing out carefully with a lot of dignity. That is my own.
But Mr. Abraham, doesn't it also, prove the fact that in life there's time for everything? Time, everything ends, no matter what it is. 10 years was just like yesterday. Remembered when he was appointed in 2015, sometime in November, if I recall. And here we are, 10 years later, just like yesterday, and it's gone. So doesn't it also tell us as human beings that we have time limit, and time will judge us. So we don't take it for granted that you are in this office today and you are going to be there forever.
Yes, just what you said, like all the books the religious books will always tell you that for everything there's time. That's for the Bible. And it will tell you that you should always make out time. You should try to make out time with what you have. So what I feel is exactly what the scripture says, or what the Bible says. You see, even in the Quran, we have some places that will tell you that you should make haste.
While the sun shines.
So it tells you that there's a lot to do. When you have that time, make sure that you keep to it, keep to your focus, and exactly what he has done so far. So he has done his best. Then let posterity judge.
I know someday in the next few days we'll be looking at his tenure as INEC chairman, and we'll be looking at some of the things he did and some of the things he didn't do. We'll also weigh into the elections that he conducted, 2019 and 2023. All right. So another event that happened yesterday, which is not new, is the only new thing about it is that the minister resigned even before the agencies will come after him.
So I think these are two
Minister of Science, Technology and Innovation, if I get that correctly.
I think what he did is good for him, because looking at all the buhaha and all that happened just recently, he tried to defend himself, but he just discovered that lately that if I should keep this thing to myself, it will bounce back, and it's not going to be so good to me. So he feel the best thing is let me just let me tell myself the truth and move carefully, because what he has done, first of all, he said is political witch hunt, which every politician will tell you that, because right from time I watch him carefully in most of the inaugurations that Mr. President goes to his state, and you could see that there are a lot of they are putting pressure on him, like, it's your time, the president is with you, and definitely you will see people will start searching a lot of skeleton, and that is what they just discovered. Because for me, we've not heard this for some time after the lady, the finance minister that left during Jonathan. I think she had the same issues about her certificate too, but after then Kemi Oshun. So I think what he did is good for him. If, for instance, he wants to go for any political, maybe he is looking at coming out for the governor of his state, it's right time that he bows out carefully, so that he will now face the political terrain, because right now everybody is setting up. Mbai is not
but he needs finances.
Yes, he
He needs to be in government for him to be able to win.
But for me, I feel the number of time he has spent as a minister, if he's a very careful person who knows how to go about things, because that ministry, they have a lot of budget to themselves, and they've done a lot, because since he came on board, I could see that he has done a lot of programs.
Okay.
He did a lot of.
Before we go to his tenure, does it also, is it not very embarrassing that a minister of science, technology, innovation, a key ministry that is supposed to drive, our industrialization, our development, then the minister is also involved in certificate forgery. I know this is not the first time that government officials are involved in certificate forgery and all of that, but it's very embarrassing that science, for that matter. Then you also ask, where is the due diligence? When they want to appoint people, government officials, they say DSS screening, that one screening, this one's, even the National Assembly. So where's the due diligence? Where's the screening?
I think if we want to give him a little space, as in, let's say, Mr. Minister, we discovered that you were screened by all these agencies and even the National Assembly. So are we saying they never see this certificate, or they could not search for all this? Because these are some of the ironies that you see in all the political appointments. You see, it's like both parties are in haste to yes, it's from the president, is president his president boy or something. So let's allow him to let my people go, as we normally hear from the National Assembly. So these are some of the ironies we see both in the both chambers. You see, they just allocate position to people without giving a thorough investigation into what they have shown in their records. It's like, I give you my CV that this is where I'm coming from. Then if truly you want to scrutinize me, you should go back to my place of education so that I don't get embarrassed at the tail end of it. So what he did is, for me, he felt, I present my certificate at first time to these parties, the ICPC, I remember the ICPC, the CPC, the ICPC, the EFCC were all on this issue. And then the whole house of the National Assembly were on this matter. So how on earth we're not able to unravel this issue
until now?
Is it that's why he called it witch hunting? Because for every person he feels, I've presented all these documents at first time, and then nobody saw this. That we have about
but let us even ask the question, is it true that he forged the certificate?
Yes, like the school, the University of Nigeria and Nsukka, where he graduated from, he said he graduated from. So we said the do we call it allegation? Allege.
Yeah.
So let's say the school he alleged he graduated from. So the school said that he didn't graduate with his other mates. So now we want to get, what are the issues? What really happened? So now we'll start unraveling it gradually, because the school itself said, we've never had him graduate.
But he attended.
So now the issue is coming out gradually. So we'll get to the real issue. What happened? Did he really graduate out of that school, or what was the issue that brought this whole stuff out? Because he is on the path that said, I am being blackmailed because I'm trying to put up a scene like, okay, I want to come out for governor 2027. So these
it's a
are some of the
governorship
things. So
ambition.
yes, so definitely, if you're coming up with this kind of thing, they will always go back and start looking at, okay, how do we get this man? What do we do? So,
but is
anything
that not
can
also
happen.
a slap on the face of our, institutions?
Good.
I'm sure somebody who graduated 1985, that's
Good.
about 40 years
40
ago.
years, yes.
I've not checked his CV, but I'm sure he has worked in different places.
Very well.
So is it that this university didn't check, or the people who have employed him at one time didn't go back to say, is this a graduate of your university? Why should it take 40 years for an institution to say he's not? But again, I understand, because if nobody comes to ask, the institution is not is not supposed to tell you information that you didn't seek for.
No, but
they are not obliged to start telling you who graduated or who didn't graduate if you don't come to ask.
Well, yes, like what we see, it's not the first time we see this happening. We know about a speaker from Kano that had this same issue, that graduated from
Chicago.
Chicago. Is it Chicago or Malaysia?
Chicago.
Yeah. So you see, these are some of the things we see happens.
Is it minister or even speaker?
The speaker.
Yes.
So you see,
in 1999, Buhari, the famous, yes.
Buhari. So you see, these are some of the things that keep enrolled. You see people will come out with a very fine certificate, but at the tail end of it, is it that they buy this certificate or they were able to find their way out of? That is one of the questions we need to ask, because we need people that today we've seen that. As the Minister of Science and Innovation, we've seen students come from all over the country they do this like
Science week.
Yes. So you see a lot of students who want to even look like, oh, I want to be the minister tomorrow. I love what the minister is doing. And now the same student that were at that program,
you have disappointed them.
You've disappointed them. And not just one student. We're talking about the whole country. Students came from everywhere. I remember I was in one of the program here at the Eagle Square, and he was there. You could see the students were all happy seeing
the excitement.
Him. They were so excited to like, okay, this is the minister. We've not even seen him, but we've heard that, okay, he's the minister. But today we are with him live. You see, they were snapping they were with him. And just after some time you heard this, what will happen to those students? What will happen to their mentality? What will happen to their way of thinking? Like, okay, everybody can buy his way out just to get something. Is that the Nigeria where we want these students to come and have?
Yes.
So we need to really look at it. Then the EFCC and the ICPT must look at, okay, they need to up their game. Like, okay, now we've seen this happening, time without number. What do? We need to screen thoroughly. We need to go to the extent of, okay, before the president sent these ministers to the National Assembly, we need to interrogate them. We need to send people down to their place of school so that we'll get this information right. So I think there's a lot to be done when it comes to appointment as ministerial appointment, because it has to do with people are looking at you. People are really focused on, like, okay, I remember one of the agencies under the ministry, they were doing very well. And when he came, he renovated the place. The place is looking very good. He was actually, I think he was
appointed in 2023.
Yes.
Okay.
So he really fixed a lot of things in that ministry. So why I felt a little bit disappointed with what happened. I'm also not comfortable with the way the screening is going on in the whole chamber. So they need to really work on that issue very well.
Okay. Now, even for the minister, himself, if you knew your certificate had issue, 40 years since 1985, and you couldn't do anything to rectify it. I mean, 40 years is such a long time. You could have gone to another university. You could have taken another course. You would have graduated. So maybe if the school is now saying you have not graduated, you have a school that will confirm that you have graduated. Why do people just relax and feel, okay, nobody is going to come after me? Is it because they take advantage of the system? Because the system does not do due diligence on anybody?
No, what I feel is like after school, I feel, okay, I'm done. No need for all this. I can find my way, because that is a Nigerian situation we find ourselves. You see people go into positions like, okay, they never even ask for all these credentials.
Yes.
They're like, okay, let's just have your CV. So person said we should add your name on the list. So they never thoroughly look at all this. So for him, he might. So what we're looking at is if truly he had this information that, okay, I had carryover in so course, I could not graduate with my set. Why not you go back and like you set it, you make it right, with the school and all that. But what we find out today is a total collapse of education, because, okay, like just few days ago we were talking about teachers, and now you look at this. Are they not?
So it means forgery started a long time, not today. So if we are blaming children of today, the Gen Z generation of manipulating everything, it means our own generation taught them.
Yes, I would not say our generation taught them, but it's just that the scrutinizing of the person who is going for that position is not done very well. That is just the case, because there are a lot of people in that same class of his that did very well. But, it's just like, okay, the favored one. You are sent by your governor, or you are sent by your let's say someone give your name to the president, and that is just what they've not earned. You see people, they give you
it's usually based on patronage.
It's based on patronage. Most of the ministers, we used to see ministers that would tell on a national TV that, look, I don't have the qualifications for this office. I've not gotten the idea of working in this ministry. But I just want to, like, okay, let me do it as the religious people will say, self-righteousness, or let me just do it because I'm appointed. We've seen ministers, even in the former administration, that will tell you, look, I didn't know anything about this ministry. So if truly we want things to work in this country, we need to, like, okay,
and that explains why some of them throughout their tenure, you hardly see them coming out to speak, to talk about their achievements or even their challenges, or even come up with a very good program for their ministries. And this particular minister, I can count the number of times that I've seen him speak.
Yes, that is most of the things that I see. Like, I always tell people that even when he was there, you hardly see him in programs. You only hear him send representatives
all the time.
So I was like, wow, is it that the minister, even
too busy?
Is it too busy that at every point in time he will send people to come and represent him? But now we could see why all that representation has been happening. But for the real thing is, we really need to work on the system. The system is really getting collapsed somehow, because
it's collapsing.
It's
right
collapsing
in our very eyes.
Everywhere you go to, every ministry you go to, you see people buy their way just to get appointment, just to get into ministries, and how do we get to this? What really brought us to this? So we need to really work on it. We need to really emphasize on, if you're giving Mr. A this position, try and get the real people to say, okay, the round peg should be at the
round
so
peg in round holes.
yes, so
square pegs in square holes.
So we
Yeah.
should get the real people, not just because you are my party member, not because you have worked for the party. It shouldn't be. Ministerial position should be for people who are
Technocrat.
the number one man. We've heard a lot of issues about his certificate. So if we want to tell ourselves the real truth, if he as the number one man is having issues like this, they've dragged it several times, but they wave it under the, they're like, okay,
They
no,
put it under the carpet and say, let it go.
And then what do you expect? What do you expect if someone of that caliber is let go in a normal setting?
In a normal setting.
In a normal setting, you shouldn't even come on board.
In an ideal setting.
Yes,
Yeah.
but just that is the kind of situation we find ourselves in. We see people who are credible, who are doing very well in their place of business or in their place of administration before even coming to politics. And when they come on board, they hardly get these positions. So now, why would the minister not forge his certificate? Why will the minister not do the unthinkable things? Because they felt, okay, now it's politics. So everybody can come on board and then they present themselves, and before you know, they've anointed them. And that is just what we find in this country. And it's so.
Should our politics begin to, sieve and, checkmate its kind of members? Because even politically, they tell you if you have a secondary school certificate, you can even contest for the president of this country. So that is the minimum, qualification that you have. So if I have, a minimum qualification for a secondary school, I don't need to go and present, a university, certificate for me to be a president or a minister or a governor. Is that not the advantage these people take? The fact that, the system doesn't give you, the system gives you room to present even your secondary school, certificate.
Yes, I am looking at, you see, most times we talk about the Constitution. The Constitution needs to be reviewed because a lot of things on the Constitution is not really working. Like, okay, why will you just say a secondary school certificate should be your president? On what ground? A country like Nigeria with all these
complexities,
so we need to review it. That section should be reviewed to say, okay, at least you should be a graduate with a certain honors before you even vibe. We've seen it in America, we've seen it in England. When you see their CV, you could see that yes, they merited that CV, but not in Nigeria. We see a lot, even the former presidents, all the presidents have come on board right from time. It's only the late Yaradua that we've known that he was a lecturer, he has worked his way to that position. But apart from that, we've seen a lot of issues with most of these people that have come. So what do we do? What we're calling on, especially the media, like you people, should come on and also emphasize these issues, because these are issues that the Gen Zs that we talk about, just look at the students.
They are not even interested in going to a university.
Yes, so they'll tell you what's so good about the university. Why should I even waste my time when I can make easy money? So these are some of the things we need to really emphasize, because the next generations are coming on board. I keep telling, especially when I see the youth, I'll tell them, look, what do you feel? What do you think? How will you want the country to be in the next 20 years? And, well, looking at what's happening, we don't see anything happen. I said, okay, so you allow it to go just like that. So we need to keep emphasizing it, like every time when we're on the on a program like this, we need to talk to the youth. We need to go back to history.
But aside from that, we need to show good example.
Yes.
Yes, that what we are saying matches our action,
Of course.
so that we don't say.
Of course.
So as we wrap up on this, the president has accepted his resignation. We thanked him for the time that he has spent. But beyond that, we should look at sanctions for people. Yes, the investigation is still on, and by the time it is concluded and he's found to be guilty, there's a very good sanction, a very punitive one, very good one that will serve as lessons to others. Should be meted out to him.
Well, I don't think it's going to be very furious the way we're looking at it. It's not going to be that bad. That he just resigned. So remember that he resigned.
He accepted.
He accepted that, okay, this is what the paper.
But it should go beyond that.
But yes, but we know that in this country, it will always end in, okay, he has resigned. Let's leave him to go. Let's just. He
has already lost.
He has lost. So these are some of the things you see. After this whatness, it will just be like,
that is the whatness. So I don't want. So
the issue is those in power that will make the issue look like, okay, now we've investigated him, we've found out that he's this. He will go for 2 years imprisonment, or he will go for like this. You will never hear.
Or you'll be banned politically for maybe 10 years or 20 years.
You've not heard it. Just like, okay.
But that's what we are calling for.
Yeah. So now
you should be banned for 10 or 20 years.
Like politically, okay, just look at what Malema, or the guy from South Africa, Julius.
Yes.
Just look at what happened. They said he did some kind of even
their president, the one that
the former president.
Yes.
So you could see these are institutions that is working. You could see like they go back. We've seen Showore bring up a lot of canker worms and all that, but it will end up like leave him. It's just that he's less busy, so that's why he's going about looking for all this. So we want to look. We want to emphasize or call on all the agencies, especially the anti-corruption agency, that they should up their game. Especially on the politicians, especially on the appointments that is coming from the presidency, because it's a shame.
So that they don't embarrass the president and embarrass the country itself. Yes.
Because internationally, everybody knows him to be the Minister of Science and Technology. So what happened when you see him in the airport? What will you ask him?
I think the good thing about the minister, he's not too seen on the street, so he won't be that popular. All right. Okay. We'll take a short break, and when we come back, we'll move straight to our second topic of the day. Stay with us.